Adam Yakuda here for the Full Court Press, a little Phantom basketball preview for you. Today we're going to go 20 deep, 20 guards, 20 forwards, 20 centers that you should look for on your fantasy basketball team this year. As always, like our Facebook page, also like our YouTube channel with plenty of content throughout the NBA season. Let's jump right in now with the biggest guards that you want to play this year and get on your team. Obviously the names are there: Westbrook, Harden, you got Lillard, Curry. But some of the names that you don't know or aren't as familiar with are very valuable this season. And the first one on that list is Victor Oladipo of the Pacers. He had an incredible season last year as becoming the focal point of that Pacers offense. They played a very fast pace, no pun intended, and Oladipo really showed just how good he was. Rebounds, assists, points, steals, hit the three, solid percentages. Oladipo is a top 5 guard this season. Then you got Jimmy Butler. Look, the guy, we don't know whether or not he's going to be in Minnesota long term. He's already said that he's going to play in the T-Wolves opener on Wednesday, so that's good news. Depending on where he lands, let's say he goes to Houston, his value decreases because of the other weapons that they already have. But if he stays in Minnesota or goes to a team that really needs him, like the Knicks or the Nets or maybe the Clippers, his value would skyrocket. Then take a look at Devin Booker. The guy is a flat-out assassin from deep. We know he could shoot the ball, as evident here, but he's also going to be playing a lot of point guard this season as the Suns truly don't have a number one point guard. He can shoot, he can dish, his percentages are pretty solid, especially from the line, and he can hit the three. So to me, Devin Booker is an all-around top 20 play, no questions asked. Then we'll look at the forwards, and again, the Greek Freak, LeBron and Durant are the key names on this list, but there is plenty of depth as you go through the forwards this season in the NBA. And Nikola Jokic is the top one that you might not know. Look at these passing skills right here. Unbelievable pass there to Trey Lyles last season. I mean, this guy can do it all. Rebounding, scoring, solid possessions, can hit the three, can block shots, steals. He's a top 3 or 4 forward that you might not know about because he plays in Denver and he's foreign. But he's a top candidate for you in all your formats this year, especially in daily, where he's the focal point of that Denver attack. Then you got Brandon Ingram, who I think is going to be the biggest beneficiary of the arrival of LeBron James in LA. The guy can put it on the floor and score. He can shoot from the outside. His wingspan is incredible. So to me, his rebounding numbers are going to go up. His assist numbers are going to go up with LeBron, and also his scoring. This guy is going to take an immense leap this season and potentially be the most improved player in the entire NBA. Then you got Taurean Prince. Again, you may not know the guy because he plays in Atlanta. With Dennis Schroeder leaving to go to Oklahoma City via trade, Prince is going to have an enormous opportunity, along with his frontcourt mate John Collins, to have a huge impact on the Hawks this season. I love Prince just inside the top 20 of forwards in the NBA. And then you got the big centers. Of course, you got Anthony Davis. Of course, you got Towns. Of course, you got Embiid. But there's, again, plenty of depth at the center position. So when you're drafting, take a look at some of these guys. Miles Turner, hey, the Pacers loved him enough to just sign him today to a 4-year contract extension. So to me, if they invested in him, you should invest in him. He's young, he's athletic, he can step away, plays the pick and roll game great, has a nice touch from outside. I love Miles Turner to go with Oladipo this season. Then you got Jared Allen. Look at this dunk right here. First of all, how can you not respect that throw? Amazing athleticism. The guy's a freak. Blocks tons of shots. This year, the Nets are going to give him the opportunity to run with that center job, and I love it. Tons of upside. That's probably a 15 to 20 overall fantasy center. Then you're going to have some guys here on this list, guards and forward centers, some on the rise, some guys on the decline, and some big names that weren't listed. Jamal Murray's a shoot-first guard in Denver, big points, and along with Gary Harris and the rest of that team, young, athletic, and exciting. Eric Bledsoe, the injuries keep hurting him, so his numbers should decline. And Klay Thompson, yeah, he's a great shooter, and he's part of that great Warriors team, but overall in fantasy, because he's not the lone wolf and sharpshooter on his team, he falls outside the top 20. Forwards on the rise. Robert Covington is a missing piece that Philly really needs this season to step up even more in the playoffs than even the regular season. He's turned into a phenomenal small forward. He's on the rise. Carmelo Anthony, as we all know, has struggled the last few years. Now he's in Houston. Most likely not going to be counted on to put up that many points, but he's on the decline. Andrew Wiggins, another big name, big pick. The T-Wolves have a very young core, but just as Jimmy Butler called him out, everyone around the league is calling him out because he doesn't play any defense. And then you got Domantas Sabonis, another Pacer on this list who's on the rise, the former Gonzaga player. You have Brook Lopez on the decline, and Pau Gasol of the Spurs is another big name not on this list because he's old. The Spurs have other depth there, and for me, he's not someone you'd want to play. So for plenty more coverage on fantasy basketball throughout the season, check out the Phantom Facebook page, myself on Twitter or on Facebook, and as always, like our YouTube channel. We will join you more throughout the season for Full Court Press. Take it easy.